So, today we're diving into something really powerful, a structured 50-day challenge that's all about hitting the reset button on your life. It's about building yourself back up, but not all at once, just one small, manageable step at a time. Let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? When you're just kind of running on autopilot and all the days start to blur together? You know you want to make a change, but man, the whole idea just feels huge, overwhelming. Look, we've all been there. But getting unstuck, it doesn't take some massive earthquake in your life. It just needs a clear path forward.
And that is exactly where a structured challenge like this comes in. 50 days is kind of the sweet spot, you know? It's long enough to build real habits that actually stick, but it's short enough that you can always see the finish line, which keeps you going. This isn't about some magic wand. It's about a deliberate, day-by-day process.
Okay, so this whole journey doesn't start with a sprint. It starts by just clearing the path. The first 10 days are all about building your foundation. I mean, think about it. Before you can build anything new and exciting, you've got to tidy up the space you're working with. This is that essential first step.
And the real power here is how simple these things are. We're talking about starting your day with a glass of water before you reach for the coffee, carving out just 1 hour, 60 minutes, completely free from screens to let your brain breathe, and then ending your day by spending just a few minutes setting up for tomorrow. These aren't huge life changes, but trust me, they create these powerful little shifts in your daily rhythm.
And that's the whole point of this first phase. It's about subtraction, not addition. It's about quieting all that external noise and the internal noise too, so you can actually hear yourself think again. That clarity, that becomes the bedrock for everything else we're going to build.
All right, so with that clean slate, now it's time to build. The next 20 days, we're zeroing in on the two absolute pillars of getting anything done: your physical energy and your mental focus. You really can't have one without the other, right? And what's so smart about this challenge is that it tackles both of them at the same time. Phase 2 is all about feeling your body, and Phase 3 is all about sharpening your mind.
Now, in Phase 2, you are not starting some crazy restrictive diet. Nope, you're just making simple, smart upgrades. Try to have just one meal a day that's made of real whole foods. Cut out one source of hidden sugar, the stuff in sauces or drinks, and get just 10 minutes of sunlight in the morning. It's a game changer for your body's internal clock, which means better sleep and way more energy during the day. Small changes, big results. And really, it just boils down to this. It's not complicated at all. You put high-quality fuel in, you get high-quality energy out. It's a direct and incredibly powerful equation.
Then, in Phase 3, you take that same idea, simple upgrades, and you apply it to your mind. Try the single task challenge. For a set amount of time, just to do one thing. That's it. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it right now instead of putting it off. And do a social scroll audit. Be honest. Unfollow any accounts that just drain your energy. These are basically decluttering tools for your brain.
And now we're in the home stretch. You've got a solid foundation, you've got more energy, you've got better focus. So phases 4 and 5 are where we build the systems to make this all last and, just as important, to find a real sense of fulfillment in it all.
A huge concept in this phase is the 80-20 rule. This is all about shifting from just being busy to being effective. The whole idea is to figure out that vital 20% of your efforts that are actually giving you 80% of the good stuff, and then just pour your energy into that. It is literally about working smarter, not harder.
So how do you do that? Well, you build a system. You can batch similar tasks together, like answering all your emails in one go. You set one tiny, achievable micro goal each day to build that feeling of momentum. And this is so important. You actually take a second to celebrate those small wins. That's the fuel that keeps you going.
And finally, Phase 5. This is all about making sure this new way of living is actually sustainable. This is where you create a no list, a list of things you will not do to protect your peace and your energy. It's where you intentionally disconnect from all the tech to reconnect with the real world. And my favorite, it's where you actively plan breaks just for joy. Because let's be real, a reset without any joy is never going to last.
So as we start to wrap this up, there's one core idea, one principle that holds this entire 50-day journey together. It's the mindset that'll honestly determine whether you succeed or just give up. When you see this number, don't just think of it as a timeline.
Think of it as 50 individual opportunities, 50 small chances to make a slightly better choice. The real transformation comes from all those little steps adding up, not from one giant, perfect leap.
And that is the real secret to all of this. You don't have to burn your life down and start over. You just have to take one small step, and then another, and another. You do that for 50 days, and you'll be amazed at where you end up.
This right here, this should be your mantra. Say it with me. It's about progress, not perfection. If you miss a day, who cares? It doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. Get back on track the next day. The goal is to keep moving forward, not to have a perfect record. It's all about the direction you're headed.
So that really just leaves us with one final and most important question. Forget about all 50 days for just a second. Looking at everything we've talked about, from that first glass of water to planning a joy break, what is the one single small step that you can take today to get started?